Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleanor. In today's video we're going to be doing another one of the colour series. If you cannot tell, we are going to be decorating only using green items. This little lady kind of popped up here and I had to go with green, to match her. So if you like this type of video, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's get decorating. Alright, so first I started with the outside area here. I just wanted to quickly do the house. I don't focus too much on the actual outside landscaping, but I'm just doing the house quickly. Now this roof kind of looks blue to me, but it did say green, so I'm sticking with it. Just simple, green walls. This heart door plate actually came in a green, so I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to just mainly focus on the inside of the house more than the outside. So at this point I wasn't 100% sure what I kind of wanted to go with, but as soon as I saw this flooring here, the green retro tiles, I immediately thought of like a dingy old diner. So that's what I decided to go with. A really dingy old diner, which is just full of green. I'm playing around with a couple wallpaper, but none of them really fit the vibe. These ones down here, the more like the foresty jungle ones, I think look so cool. This one in particular you could do a really cool tree house with, but I ended up going with the paneling, the green with the white paneling, because I really thought that fit the diner vibe quite well. Now I wanted to do some counter sitting, so I know I wanted some booths and some counters as well, so like, to sit at, to put food at. Most of the booths and chairs didn't specifically come in a green. They came in either like a turquoise or aquamarine color, so they are technically more of a bluish green, but they still kind of fit the green spectrum, so don't be too hard on me, but that's what I decided to do. Right now, as you can see, I'm looking for just like a counter. I did go with these briefly, but I didn't like how there's only that one piece, and it's not like you can really push them right against a wall. So I didn't like how that looked against the wall there. I wish there was a second piece that we could like extend the counter, but then I was looking for those kind of the wooden partitions with the little countertop, and they come in a green, which I think matched really nicely with the floors. So I put a couple of them, and I used them as a barrier from the kitchen area as well. I love these partitions, so I've used them in a lot of builds in Happy Home Paradise, I think it is. Like I said with the booths, they didn't come in a specific green color, so I kind of had to deal with the turquoisey color. And now I'm just adding the diner tables as well, and again it's the aquamarine color. Like it's a little bit blue, it's a lot blue, it's a little bit green, but when you've kind of put a barrier on yourself in terms of what you can and can't pick, you can't be too picky. So these counter stools had a green, so I put them right along the edge there. I used them in the pink video as well because they came in pink as well. Here I wanted to add another booth down to the bottom of the area, but it wasn't wide enough, and then I accidentally make it too narrow and destroy everything I just did. So we're almost starting again. I just made the room a little bit wider just to fit more stuff throughout there, extending the countertops, adding in back these diner sofas as well, and the diner tables. And then I go and add through on the other wall as well, just to fill it back up again. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it's a really cool build, and it's just something a little bit different. Most of the builds I do tend to have kitchens in them, but you know what? I think they look really cool. Here I am. I'm actually going to be doing the kitchen right now. It was a struggle. There weren't a lot of green kitchen appliances, which made it hard. This compact kitchen though comes in a few colors, so I was able to use that, but there weren't a lot of other kitchen items that came in green, so it was definitely a struggle. I had to kind of improvise with a few items, which you will see, but we managed to get a stove at least, so that's positive. I really wanted like a busing station, but they didn't have that either, which sucked. And another thing that sucked is there aren't any refrigerators that come in green. So as you can see, I really struggled to find a fridge, but we do kind of improvise and put something else in there later, which I think turned out pretty cool. I'm just putting a couple pot plants throughout, and then I really wanted a rubbish bin, and the steel trash can I think looked really cool, and it did come in a green, so that was perfect. I just put it next to the door right at the end there, and yeah, it kind of really fit the vibe, which was good. Now these things are really cool, all these like ice cream dessert cases, displays. They were quite cool, and this retro one did come in a green, so I put that down on the other end, kind of just to break up from the kitchen into the dining area. And then instead of a fridge, because as you saw fridges don't come in green, the drink machine came in green, so I put that as a fridge instead because it kind of fit, and you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now countertops, that was a lot more trickier. There weren't any countertops that I could fit, well, there weren't any countertops that came in green, so I had to improvise with something else. I think I go through it and pick it. I can't remember what I'm trying to pick right now. Just looking at stuff. So instead of a counter, I was looking for a stool or like a little table that I could put there instead, and this outdoor garden table actually came in a really nice green, so I put that in the middle and used that as a counter instead, and then I used a longer table to put on the other side as like an island, I guess. This simple table just came in a lot of different colors, so I use that as more of like an island. It's a very dingy kitchen, and you know, not much you can kind of do about that. A lot of the time is, like I said, just looking at what comes in green, and which is like, there is a decent amount of items that do come in green, but there's also like quite limited. I think red or blue might be the main colors that stuff comes in, but there are, you know, some cool things here and there. You could definitely make it work if you just wanted to stick to a specific color. I'm doing this just to challenge myself because I wanted to see if I could only pick green items and kind of make a cohesive look. So it's just a bit of fun for me, but you don't have to stick to specific colors if you don't want to. You can, yeah, Animal Crossing is great because you can do whatever you want. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted like a real kind of dingy diner vibes, so I wanted the walls to be cluttered with lots and lots of items, as many I could fit really. This wall fan was absolutely perfect. It really reminded me of a diner, you know, really loud, really in your face, kind of almost falling off the wall. Like, it's very questionable. This bulletin board I thought would be cool as a like a menu or like a notice board. But yeah, I'm just putting up some artwork now. This did say green, but it doesn't really look green, but it's fine. Like I said, you just kind of have to pick whatever you want. So I'm just filling the wall with artwork. I wanted to put some kind of like tacky garlands on the wall, so this star one came in green. So I pushed it all along that main wall. This exit sign was green, so that was perfect. So I popped that above the door. This tapestry came in a green as well. It looked more like a Christmas one, but I thought it looked cool. It like matched everything. And then I wanted to put some of KK Slider's music on the wall, and there's only a couple that had like a green album cover. So I put them on the wall, and here I am. I'm just trying to arrange them kind of messily, but also that so there's none that two are the same that are next to each other. Now this wall here I just filled with these planters because I absolutely love them, and I think they add a bit of texture and depth. I probably went a slightly overboard. I wanted to do every second sort of panel, but then it looked weird with one being on against the wall and the other one's not. So then I ended up doing this, as you can see, like a zigzag pattern, and I thought that looked really cool. It filled up the wall, added a little bit of depth to it as well. Now I just focus on this back wall here, so again I'm adding a couple of these fans, another like bulletin board that was in the kitchen. I imagine it would be filled with just information that people or that the workers would need. Just filling this wall up with more of the artwork. I used the same artwork because the options were limited, so like I said, you just do what you do. I did this tapestry again just to put it up there, and I used the diner clock again just on that side, and I was pretty happy with how the walls were looking. I think right now I just want to fill it with a bunch of miscellaneous items. So this bottle crate came in like the color that matched perfectly to the table, and yeah, I just wanted to fill it with a bunch of miscellaneous items to make it look messy. Now that does say green, so I did use it. So now I start filling the tables just with a bunch of food. I really like these green bottles. I thought they looked really cool on top of the fridge and just kind of around the place, and making it a little bit more cluttered. Just putting a bunch of food. We do this mushroom salad, we do a pumpkin soup as well. I think we do a pasta and a risotto in there as well. These jam bottles I thought kind of looked really cool as condiments, at like the edge of the table. I wanted to do them on all tables, but I'd already put stuff down, and I think just on the one table was fine. These popsicles are really cool. There was a kiwi flavored which had like a nice green one. Then I put this salad down and just a bunch of melon sodas, a coconut drink, all that sort of stuff. Just anything that was green or had was in a green container. Now I wanted to put a lamp. There's just some lighting throughout it, so as you can see I'm trying to look for a lamp now, and I did find this cool one and it had nice green, but I just didn't know where to put it. So then I decided to just go with the overhead lighting, and these ones in particular gave me real like dingy diner vibes, so I went with them as well. Like bad lighting, really dusty, kind of that vibe. All right, I think that this is complete. I am so happy with how this turned out. As you can see, I did a whole diner theme, trying to pick only green items, and there are some variations of green items, and you kind of have to stick with what you have available, but I'm super happy with how this turned out. It's super cluttered like I wanted it to. Really like kind of old school diner vibes with, you got the fans on the ceiling, on the roof, not on the ceiling, on the walls. You've got the kind of cluttered wall hangings, all that sort of stuff, the really just random stuff, and a lot of green food, which I was super surprised with. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, and I'll see you in the next one.